The great suspicion is that in Frozen 4, they'll make Elsa a lesbian. By the way, if they do that, it is the end of Disney as a company. Predict it. You can write it down. It is April 17th. If they do that in Frozen 4, they'll destroy Disney. It says football is gay. Interesting. Football is lesbian. Football is beautiful. Football is queer. It's life's exciting. It's transgender. It's bisexual. People falling in love during the apocalypse. What are the stakes? We don't know any of these characters, nor are we going to care about them beyond this particular episode. Which means that it's basically just a sidetrack. It's a throwaway episode, but it's so important because it has gay people, you see.
Earlier this week, actually last weekend, I watched the 3rd episode of The Last of Us. I really enjoyed it. As a fan of the video games, I've played and beaten both. It's just great to see them not only delivering, as they did the first 2 episodes, a great rendition of that game. And I think Pedro Pascal's been doing a great job. And I think the Ellie, I believe her name is Bella, has been winning me over. I wasn't initially sure, but I like her. And then in the 3rd episode, they went way beyond the source material and made it even better. As soon as it was done, I knew, oh dear God, right wingers are going to lose their minds over this.
It's historic and important because it's about 2 gay dudes. You want to make Brokeback Zombie Farm or whatever, fine. You can see it here, right? There's gay Ron Swanson, and it's complete with like sex scenes and the whole thing. Question is, how do human beings repopulate? How do they survive? And how do they become successful once again? If you're gonna censor an episode like that, what you need to do is you need to have an episode about people who can have babies. People falling in love during the apocalypse. What are the stakes? We don't know any of these characters, nor are we gonna care about them beyond this particular episode. Which means that it's basically just a sidetrack. It's a throwaway episode, but it's so important because it has gay people, you see.
Ben Shapiro is that, I mean, proof to your point is that he is entering this arena, and the whole thing was always already him trying to make a media play because he got rejected as a screenwriter, and he's doing the equivalent of like going and finding like a wealthy Saudi oil baron to give him billions of dollars so he can make like his Saw knockoff, but like with straights in it.
Yeah, no, 100%. And the story already features multiple straight romances. Again, this isn't about like, hey, they're not showing people like me. No, they are. They are. It's just that they're also showing people that are unlike him, and that is not acceptable. They should be bludgeoned into submission.
It says football is gay. Interesting. Football is lesbian. Football is beautiful. Football is queer. It's life's exciting. It's transgender. It's bisexual. Football is freedom. Football is American. Football is accepting. Football is everything. Well, it isn't. Football is everything for everyone, except if you happen not to believe in the morality of particular sexual behavior.
Okay, so that was Ben Shapiro doing some sort of test to learn how to read or something in real time. No, it was him responding to the NFL having an ad to close out Pride Month, saying the NFL is for everyone, regardless of who you are. We want you to feel like you can watch this, like we're not trying to stigmatize your community. We're all equal in wanting to watch people run around and throw a ball or whatever. And he couldn't take it, JR. It was too much. How dare you say that it's for gay people too? No, it's not about all sexualities matter. It's about just the ones that I like. How dare you? Because it's not for the gays. It's not for anyone who's wet. It's not for any of you people. It's for straight, dry Americans. That's what it's for.
Disney has been on the retreat socially since people decided they don't wish to invest in their product. We'll see if Disney continues to double down. The great suspicion is that in Frozen 4, they'll make Elsa a lesbian. By the way, if they do that, it is the end of Disney as a company. Predict it. You can write it down. It is April 17th. If they do that in Frozen 4, they'll destroy Disney, like thoroughly destroy it.
Dear God, as was pointed out by, I believe, Jordan Ewell, that is a 39-year-old man who is losing his mind at the possibility that a cartoon might be gay. He believes, seriously, he would have you believe, that will be the end of the massive media Goliath of Disney. He said, Mondale, the great suspicion is. What a weird little man. What a weird little, why is that your suspicion? And if it was true, why the hell would you care about it?
I mean, we're talking about Frozen and Elsa. Why? What's wrong with Ben? Can someone give him a hug?
Ben, I want to ask you a serious question. Let's say that they decide to make her a lesbian or whatever, which Disney is still an incredibly conservative company. They're unlikely to do that, but let's say that they do. What do you think is going to happen in the movie? It's Frozen.